And
hold on, I'm just organizing
20
it.
minutes, though, we'll hear a click, and then I might get up and press record again if it turns
It's,
off.
it's going to take more than 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, maybe. It just depends. Okay, this is a test, so don't go off of this, Barton.
Okay, so let's start out with, like, where you were born and all that, and, like, what hospital, if you know.
I was born in Portland, Oregon,
Okay.
at the OHSU hospital.
Okay. Tell me about the places that you lived besides Lincoln City, if you...
I've lived in Portland, Biggs Junction, Echo, Pendleton, and a few other places.
Do any of those places, like, point out to you, like, that you think about, or is it just a normal place that you've ever lived?
Not really.
Not really. Is this like how long have you lived here in Lincoln City?
4 years.
4 years?
And then I was born in Portland, and then when I was 1, I moved here. And then I lived here till I was 5, and then I moved around a lot from then.
And then when did you move back here?
When I was 12.
Okay. So let's talk about, like, your family and your home life and all that.
My family, let's see. My dad, I don't really know him much, but he doesn't want me or really even like me. He was addicted to a lot of drugs, mainly heroin and meth. He was a pretty successful guy. He owned a mechanic shop, but he decided to blow it all away with drugs. My mom, she's a really good person. She's very religious. She loves God. She's a really good mother to me. She takes care of me a lot. We may not always live in the best position. We lived in tents. We've lived in motels, but now we live in a house. It's pretty nice. Not the best house, but it does its job.
So what about your sister?
My sister, she has borderline schizophrenia and is 18 and still living with us, which is kind of a tough situation because she's kind of hard to deal with sometimes, a little bit crazy.
What do you mean when you say borderline schizophrenia?
She sees things sometimes, like ghosts and stuff, and her soul talks to her, so she's been to a couple crazy houses. Has problems that she has to take care of.
Does that kind of, like, affect your daily life, or is it just, like, sometimes it acts up and sometimes it doesn't?
Sometimes, not as much anymore, because we try to take care of it.
In about 15 minutes, this is going to click off. When you hear it click off, you know I've started up again. Okay. Just listen for that.
So what did you say again? About your sister?
Her borderline schizophrenia. It's not as hard to deal with now, but when she first had it, it was hard. She was kind of crazy. She was always yelling, and little things would make her mad.
Okay, so I know you have lots of stories to tell that you've talked about and told my mom. So do you have any of those that you, like, want to share right now, or?
Let's see. Like I said, my dad, he was addicted to heroin, and when I was born, he told my mom that I wasn't his and he couldn't have boys. So he's always been out of my life, which is kind of sad because, you know, I don't really talk too much. I met him once when I was 12, but he looked like he was still doing heroin. The first time I got to ever meet him was, the way I found out who he was online, and I looked up his name, and it was in him in jail. So I seen his mugshot for Portland, Oregon. And then one day we went, and I was at the store, and he walked up, and we kind of met.
How did that meeting go? Did you guys talk, or was it just...
Just a little bit. I gave him a hug, and he said he loved me, but then I never really talked to him again, never really wanted to. Never been there for me, so.
Is that weird not having a father figure in your life, or is it...
Not as much. I had a caring mom and caring sisters. So I've never done any sports or anything. That's why I don't play much sports. I'm trying to get there, but I don't play much sports because I always grew up with my sisters, and it was never really a guy thing. I never had guy things go on in my life. Mainly all girl things.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah. What about, you have anything else to say about your mom, or she...
When I was 6, I got taken away from her because she was found with meth in her car, which I got taken away from her for 3 months, and then my uncle took care of me, and I love him very much, and now he's got cancer and is about to die.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. Things happen, but hopefully he could get through it.
Where does he live?
He lives in Portland. He's got stage 4 stomach cancer, and has a 5-year-old son and a wife. So, I mean, I love him a lot. All my family's been there before me besides my dad. And then I got back with my mom 3 months later after she got caught, and then now she's 8 years clean. We're pretty much a happy family.
That's good. So tell me about maybe living in tents and how that went, if you want to talk about
Living
that.
where?
Living in tents.
In tents?
Yeah.
What do you mean by in tent?
In a tent.
Oh, in a tent?
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. It was pretty much like camping. I mean, it got cold and a lot of spiders. We had electricity because there was a house next to us to let us use the electricity. But every time we had to cook, we had to use a fire, and we found a pan. And we lived there for about 3 months. There were some cold nights in the winter. I remember those nights like there's no tomorrow.
How old were you when that happened?
When I first moved here, so I was about 12.
It's pretty young still.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever had to do it again, I probably could, but I hope that we don't have to go there. Now we're getting more successful in life. My grandpa passed on his landscaping business to us, so we own it and we're taking care of that. So we just got a new 3-bedroom house and we're doing better than before.
Good. So are you living in your trailer still, or is that?
No, my mom lives in the trailer downstairs and we live in the upper house because her boyfriend doesn't. So we live up there, and it's pretty nice. I mean, it's got 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms.
That's nice.
It's not too bad. It's a lot better than having a 30-foot trailer and then pretty much a very small room, about the size of, what'd you say, a jailhouse?
Probably smaller.
Probably smaller than a jail room.
So how did you do that, living with like your sister and your mom and all at the same time?
Yeah, we had 4 people. I had the back bedroom, my sister had the living room, my mom and her boyfriend lived in the other back room.
Oh,
So it was really, really crammed in there. Not much space. You always get frustrated, especially living with my sister when she had schizophrenia. She always kind of got a little crazy. That was when she was the worst.
So it kind of acts up when she's in like claustrophobic spaces?
Yeah. She said she was seeing like her soul come out of her body and start talking to her and stuff. Weird stuff, and she'd talk to her plants and a bunch of weird stuff. And then, yeah, we finally got that new house, and everything's been going well since then. I'm on the road to success. I've done pretty good with my grades this semester, and all through high school I'm going to be trying to do well.
That's good. I've heard you're doing better with that.
Oh yeah, last year I was a really bad kid. I don't know why. I really didn't like the school, but it's gotten better.
That's good.
I'm working on being an EMT right now. I want to be an EMT in the medical field.
That's a good career. That's a good goal. That's
It is, because I want to be the first one out of all my mom's kids to graduate from high school. One of my sisters have a GED and my other one's still living at home, 18, with nothing. She'll get there maybe.
I think that's good that you want to have that goal for your life and stuff. Where does your other sister live? Is she still here in Lake City?
Yeah, she lives in Lake City. She's pretty successful. She's an at-home mom right now, but her boyfriend's the head postmaster at Silet's, so they make pretty good money. I mean, they're living well.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, and my mom was telling me a story about going and seeing your mom taking you to see your dad one time. Do you want to talk about that, or
That was the first time I met him.
that one?
Yeah. He lived underneath a bridge when I first met him. He lived under a bridge in Portland by the store I was at, so I seen him. And then, I don't know, it's kind of a weird feeling I got. Like, I didn't really want to see him. It was more of a sad feeling inside. Like, I didn't want to see him, but, you know, he's my dad, so I kind of have to. And then, you know, sometimes it's kind of sad when you think about it. You think back on your past, but me, I try to keep strong.
Good. What are some of those things that have happened that haven't been so good?
When in life, not the good things. pretty much when I was littler. Like my dad, he's not a good guy. I was told by my mom that when she was 2, he tried selling her for drugs on the street, and then they had to go and find her.
Your sister?
Yes, the one with schizophrenia. I guess they tried selling her something for drugs, and then we went and got her back. And then, so pretty much we had a pretty rough life. I got into smoking when I was 10. I then quit when I was 12 when I moved here because I was trying to not be a bad kid. I tried pot a few times when I was younger, and that's about it. My sister's always been more of the party animal. She's done more drugs than I could possibly think of.
Is it hard for you to stay away from that since it's kind of around you? Or
Drugs?
Yeah.
Not really. It's not hard to stay away from. I got good friends and good support. I try to stay away from all the drugs I can. If it ever comes up, I just leave it alone.
That's good.
Yeah, that's my story.
You have anything else you want to say? Or?
Pretty much I'm doing well and I'm on the road to success. Gonna be the EMT I want to be. Have a successful wife. A successful life and a beautiful girlfriend. Hopefully.
You don't have anything else you want to say? Or?
Nope.
Okay.
Can I ask one question? So, you talked about how you had like just a bad life, and then things kind of changed for you, and now you're on the road to success. What was the change? What made you realize, I don't want to go down this path, I don't want to do drugs, I don't want to smoke?
Mainly my mom and my dad.
Your dad?
My dad's, he was successful, but then he went really unsuccessful. And that's something that I could see myself doing, which I don't want to do, so I try to stay away from it. And then my mom, she was successful. She graduated and then went to college for 2 to 4 years to be something about a dentist. And then after that, we had a lot of problems with abuse in my family from my mom's ex-boyfriend. She didn't really choose wise boyfriends. So after that, I just want to be successful. Because that's just something to thrive for. Because why be unsuccessful and do drugs and be a bad person like my dad?
So if there were kids that watch this or, hear your story that are struggling and see their parents messing up and they're kind of going down a wrong path, what would you want to tell them?
I'd want to tell them not to give up and to always try harder. Because it's not worth going down the wrong road. Because why go down the wrong road? It's not worth it. You could be unsuccessful and live on the street, or you could go through all those tough times and then try hard and go to school and get a good education, come out of school, go to college, do something with your life.
Where do you think you would have ended up if you didn't make change? What would your life be like?
I'd probably be a very scrappy little kid. I would not be doing the things I should. I'd probably be doing drugs, trying drugs, new drugs, all the time. Hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Yeah. Do you think being at Taft and people here have helped you?
Immensely. Like, everybody around here are so caring. All you teachers and everything, you're always trying to help me. And even when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to, if I'm not in class or doing something I'm not supposed to, you're always like, get back to class, and you're on my case trying to help me. And that's exactly what I need to be doing, is going to class and doing what I'm supposed to.
When you were, like last year when you were being a bad kid, did you think that about people at Taft? Do you think, oh man, they're just trying to help me?
No, I definitely didn't. I was like, these guys are not the people I like, and I didn't like you guys that much, but that changed.
So when you think about your future, you said you want to be successful, go to college, and have a beautiful life. What do you picture yourself doing?
I really, really want to be an EMT in the medical field. I've always liked to do medical things and helping people. I like helping people because I've never had help in my life. So helping people makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm helping a lot of people, then it's making me feel good and feel successful. And then other than, like, I could be doing successful helping things for people, or I could be on the street doing drugs, and I figure I might as well be helping people than doing the bad things.
Who Who in your life has been a big help? You mentioned your mom, how awesome she is.
My mom's wonderful. She may have made a few mistakes with her boyfriends and drugs and stuff, but now she's 8 years clean and she's being successful with her business, trying hard to take care of us.
Do you remember any other people when you were younger that were pivotal in changing?
Not really.
No.
When I was little, I don't know.
Okay. Do you remember like a moment? Is there a moment or a situation that happened that you're like, oh, that freaks me out. I don't want to be that. I don't want that life. Do you remember the time when it flipped, or was it kind of a gradual process?
Kind of gradual. Like, I've heard a lot of stories about my dad and everything. I haven't really seen him much or associated with him, and I don't want to because of the things I've heard about him, and I know they're true because his records. And yeah, kind of just happened gradually.
So, do you think you're going to go to college, you're going to be successful, you're going to help people, you have a girlfriend, maybe
I
a
don't
beautiful
think
wife?
I know.
You know, I like that. Are you going to have kids someday?
I'm hoping to have 2 kids. I want a boy and then I want a girl, because when they're in high school, I want the boy to be able to take care of my daughter.
What kind of dad do you want to be?
The best one there can be.
What does that mean?
I want to take them out to the park. I want to do things with them all the time whenever I got free time. Play sports with them, teach my son or daughter baseball or softball. Do all the things I never got to do when I was a kid.
It's a good plan. Those are all good things.
Bunches of good things I could be doing.
So if you want one thing that you want people to know about you, what would you tell them?
Me? I wasn't the best kid when I was younger, but I'm a very respectful young man and learned lots and lots of manners from my parents. Well, my mom, not my dad. I got lots and lots of respect for women. My biggest thing I ever learned was respect for women because my mom was beaten by my dad verbally and abusively. So that's the first thing I was taught, was to be respectful to women. Number one thing. Be good. Treat your women right.
You want to add anything else?
Not really. Besides that, any other kids that are doing something they shouldn't be doing and should try to turn their life around, don't go down the wrong path and do good. Make the right choices.
Makes sense. Seems simple, huh?
It's not that simple,
not.
but sounds simple. It's not simple at all. I have to try very hard in high school. It's very hard, but I got to stick with it. You just can't give up.
Can't give up.
And I've given up a lot, but you just can't give up on high school.
Is there anything you want to tell the staff or principal or anybody that helped you here at TAP? Anything you want them to know about you?
All I would want to say is thank you for helping me out. Because without them helping me, I don't think I could make it. If they weren't helping me and you guys weren't pushing me around to do things, I probably would be skipping class every day, not doing what I'm supposed to, never turning in homework. But with your guys' support from everybody, Mr. Reed, Janice, you, Tucker, all of you guys, you've always been there helping me. All your staff, all of them.
Is it true? Was it you that Mr. Reed said he would do a cartwheel when you graduate at graduation? Did he tell you that?
I think he did.
I think he did. I can't wait to see that happen.
Me too. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be so happy when I graduate. It's going to be one of the best feelings ever. Have all my family there.
Your mom would be proud.
So proud. She'll be.
Crying her eyes out. You'll be
I'll be
crying
crying my eyes. I'll be crying my eyes out. You don't even know. It'd be the best thing that happened to me in my life. It'd make me a new person.
So, we call people like you, like overcomers. You have everything, all the odds stacked against you, and all these things that set you up for failure. Yeah, I mean, you have every reason to turn out like your dad. And you overcame all of those things because you didn't give up.
Yeah, I could
That's
be
worth it.
doing drugs and beating women and doing everything he did, but it's not worth it. I'm not going to do it. It's a great plan.
It's true. Do you have anything else you want to ask him? You're awesome, love.